Welcome. This is your screen share training on how to use Jotform to create sign-up forms or surveys or any other forms that you need in your business. Now, when you go to jotform.com slash login, this is the page that you get. Probably it's not going to say welcome back because you are new. You can either log in or sign up with your Gmail account or Facebook, or I'm just going to sign up as a new person now. The only downside of the free Jotform that you have a limited amount of forms that you can create. I think it's 4 or 5, but for me, I'm using 2 email addresses, and the limits that I have are enough for my business with that 2 email address. So I'll just press sign up with email, and I'm going to add my name. So I added my name. I need to change my address there, and you need a password now, and you need to tick I agree and sign up. Now you are signed up. You can download the application as well, but now I'm just showing you on the web. So the first thing we want to do is create a form. And it's gonna tell you to verify your email address, which we're going to click on. And I think it's not going to let us do anything until we verify our email address. So I'm going to quickly do that, and then I'll be back. So I verified my email address, and I'm here now. And it's prompting me to build my first form. So it's awesome. We just want to start building a form. And it goes back to the home screen. So create a form. There it is. Okay, it's asking some information about your business. So I'm going to fill this in, and then I'll be back. So I filled that form in, and now we have options to create a form from scratch, or use a template, or import from another form. Now the import is a very cool tool. You can import a form, I think, from every other form, even though if it's not yours. But for now, we are going to start from scratch. Then you can choose the classic layout, or you can choose a card form. I like the classic one, but it's totally up to you. Now, this is the main menu, what you see. This one up here. First of all, we need to finish the build section. So once we build our form, then we're going to go to the settings, and we set up everything that we need, and then we're going to go to the publish section. If you click this button, you will see a preview of your form. Now this button adds extra element to your form, and this button lets you change the layout and the look of the form. Also, here you can add your logo. Now, I'm not going to add every single thing in here now, because this is for you only. But of course, it's always good to add your logo here. So when you press on that one, it pop up a new window for you, and you can upload your image or enter a URL, and you will have your logo uploaded. Now, you can add extra elements if you press that button, and you can choose so many. So you can ask their name, full name, which is going to separate it anyway, so you just have to pull it there and drop it there. Really easy to use this one, and as you can see, it's separated first name and last name. Now if you see on a computer, this section will be here on the right side of the box. So if you press this button, you can set up how this section functioning for you. So you can change the question, you can change the alignment, you can make it required, and you can duplicate as well. Now there are other options. You can add the middle name, you can add the prefix, a suffix if you want. I normally don't do those. And there are advanced options. You can add placeholders if you want, you can add the hover text if you want. You can make it read only or make it shrink. If you make it shrink, then it looks better in my opinion. You can hide it. So lots of things you can do here. Now we have our first section, so add another one. We are collecting email addresses, so obviously we need to have an email in here. Okay. Now anytime if you want to change any of these sections, you see these arrows, you can move them up and down, or you can delete it, and this will be always the settings. Then we can add address, phone address. You can add the date picker if you want to schedule an appointment. You can add the signature field, so people need to sign your form. If it's a survey, you can create fill in the blank sections, which could be really useful. You can add products, which means you can sell in here. Then we have short text, is basically this is a short text field. If you add a long text, then they have lots of space to write something. If you add a paragraph, you can type in your terms and conditions, for example. You can add drop-down menu to choose what they want to choose, or a single choice or a multiple choice option. You can have numbers, you can add images or files, you can upload files, or I think this is for them to upload a file. Let me see. Yes, so if you drop this one here, then you can ask them to upload a file. For example, if you're collecting a feedback form and you want to use their name and picture with the feedback, you can ask them to supply you with a picture that they want you to use. You can add the CAPTCHA to make it secure. Even have a spinner there. This is very funny. So many things. You can add star ratings, scale ratings, dividers, page break, so many things in here. If you go to payments, you can link your Square, PayPal, Authorize, Stripe, Braintree, WorldPay, Molly, CyberSource accounts, and these are really easy. So if I would want to create a product, I'm selling if I'm selling something, I can add my Stripe button here. And then it will ask me to link my Stripe. So when you press the Connect Stripe account, you will need to add your API keys information in here, and then it's already linked. You can create your products in here. So it's really easy to use. And as you can see, they will need to fill their name, the credit card, and once they press submit, you will be paid. What else is here? You have also widgets, which are terms and conditions, for example. So do play around and see whatever you like in here or what not, and whatever you need. Now, if you want to change the layout or how it look like, you press that painting brush, or what was that, painting roller, and you can choose different shames, color shames, and also you can change the colors by yourself. So many options. We can make it any color we want. We can choose an image if we want it to as a background. We can change the text color. Then we can change the style. So we can change the width and the alignment, question spacing, label width, font size, button style. So it's really customizable. You can choose different themes if you like any of them. They are really nice. And you can change the layout here as well if you want to make it a card form or a classic form. Now if you press this button in the corner, that will show you how it look like. You see right now this is how it look like. And we can also see this is the desktop look, but you can check how will it look like in a tablet or on a phone. And you can test it if you press the fill form button. Now we just go out from the view mode. Now once you're happy with your design and you have everything that you need in here, then we go to the settings. Here you can name your form, and basically this name will appear when you edit the domain of the form. So let's put test here, and here you can change if it's enabled or disabled on date. If you want this form to be active for a certain amount of time, then you can choose disable on date, or you can disable on date and submission limit. So lots of options again. If you want it to work, then you just press enable, and there are more options as well, which is more like inside setting of the form. You can have translations, for example, or password protection. So then in here in the left side we have a menu, which this one is important. This is where you set up the email that they receive after they fill up this form. So you can edit this notification email or add another email, and you can edit that email as well. So it can be an autoresponder or it can be an email. So let's send an autoresponder. Okay, so this is telling me that we need to add a checkbox here in the form if we want to send an autoresponder on an email. So make sure you include that, otherwise it won't allow you to add the form. So anyway, I'm sure you can create an email. Here are the conditions, which is again important. Here you can hide and show fields if they are not relevant. So for example, if somebody give you a feedback and you have a question, can I use your feedback in my marketing? If they say no, then you can hide the rest of the form, which is asking them to provide a picture or provide any other information that you can share. So lots of options here as well. You can change the thank you page according to what they put in the fields. So just look around, what do you need in the conditions? They are really useful. Okay, so actually these emails are new. I thought that was the thank you page, but now I can see basically this is what I meant before. This is the thank you page that you can change. And this is the email that they receive after they fill in the form. So the thank you page, you can choose different types, and you can totally customize this as well. This is how it will look like. Now on a phone it's look horrible now, so I can't really show you around, but I'm sure you'll be able to create your thank you form because this is very editable. So here we have the text size. I think this is the text format, or what kind of font you have. You can make it bold, italic, alignment. You can make color writing of the text in here. You can add the link or add an image, add the button. I don't really know these ones. I never use them. But when you are on a computer and you hover over these buttons, they will tell you what they are exactly. Now, integration, this is important. Here is where you can link your ActiveCampaign or any other email marketing tool, for example. So you just search ActiveCampaign. Okay. And it will pop up for you. Then you press on it and it will allow you to link to your ActiveCampaign. As you can see, it's asking you to provide API URL and API key. Now let me show you where it is. So first of all, I have to find my ActiveCampaign. I have so many tabs open. Here it is. So when you log into your ActiveCampaign account, you need to find this gear, and then you need to find the developer options. This is where you find your URL. I'm just gonna copy this and go back to my Jotform, and you need to add it to the URL, and then you go back and you copy the key. Here it is. Copy the key and add that one to the API key field. And then you need to press authenticate. So it's loaded now. Now you need to select what's going to happen with your ActiveCampaign account in the Jotform. So we're going to create or update a contact, and then you need to choose which list you want it to go to. So I'm going to add my list here. So for this to work, you need to have your at least one list ready in ActiveCampaign. You can add the tag as well, but you can only choose tags that you already have in ActiveCampaign. So I'm going to add the paying customer. And then you need to match the fields from Jotform to ActiveCampaign so it can work correctly. Once it normally does it itself, but sometimes you need to change it. Once it's ready, press the test integration. Okay, so it needs to be, let's find email. Full name is name. I think it's not working because I haven't filled the form yet. But every time I create a Jotform, they always work. So don't worry if you get this error message like I do. Not sure why is it happening, but everything's set up correctly, so it must be working. So press the save, and then anybody fills this form out, it will create a contact on your ActiveCampaign for you. And then make sure to press the complete integration for having it done, and then press the finish. And now you linked your ActiveCampaign to Jotform, so it's going to grow your email list for you. If you have a team, you can have a pro workflows, but I don't use these things now. So let's go to the next tab to publish. Once we are in a publish field, you can change the name of in the link by clicking on this pencil. And what it's doing, as you can see, it already changed my name to what I have as a form name. You can leave it like that, or you can keep changing if you want. Make sure to press the apply button. Once it's saved, you can just copy link and share it with anyone you want. Or you can send it as an email or share the form. Now, anytime you're ready with the form, you can just go to the menu here. I think that's gonna drop us to the main menu. No. If you press the pencil logo, then it's gonna drop you to the main menu. Now you see your forms that you created, and if you tick any of that, then you will have options to see you can edit the form, you can see the inbox, and you have lots of options here. As you can see, you can publish the form again, or share as a template, or assign the form to someone, or create a pre-fill. You can see the submissions, so all the people who filled in your form. You can see analytics from your form. So many options here. You can view how it's look, you can edit again, you can change the settings, rename, clone. I think this is a disable, but I can't see from my layout. Yeah, so many options. archive and delete, or archive and delete. Sorry, my pronunciation. English is my second language. So I hope this was helpful for you. And if you'd like to see more training videos on how to use certain tools, then make sure to subscribe to my channel and press the bell button to get notifications every time I have a new video for you. And happy email collecting!